a shadow, a whisper, a breath, and then she's gone. In light of eternity, all of us live a very short amount of time. And if you were to ask me, what is the evidence that Mother Eleanor Crawford lived, I could share with you a lot of words, but you see, time does not allow me to share all of who she is. And I use the present tense because she still is.
Yeah.
And so time won't allow me to describe it all, but even if I could use the right words and use eloquence to try to describe to you the power that was in that woman, it would be short-sighted and limited. Because you see, words are the second language of learning. We don't come out of the womb speaking words.
Yeah.
That is a translated language.
Yeah.
That is something that is shared after we get our eyes together, because for the first 6 months, we're kind of cross-eyed. We can't even see straight. Our eyes are going to and fro, and we don't even have a clear picture of exactly what's in front of us.
Yeah.
And by the time they start coming together, we see smiles and we see faces. People poking at us and saying goo-goo and gaga, touching our lips. And what we're doing is we're shaping emotions based upon visions of things that we see in front of us.
Yeah.
We're capturing meaning. We're taking hold of ideas. And we hear sounds and vibrations that come out of people's mouths, but we don't quite understand the words that they're saying. Because vision, pictures, are the first language of learning. What we see is what dictates what we believe.
Yeah.
And so the words come at a later time. We're translating, okay, that's a smile. That's a good thing. That's a belt. That's a bad thing. And we start to figure it out. We start to put pieces together of what meaning lies within the world around us. A translated world, a secondary language using words. And so to try to use words to capture all that exists and all that is, we're limited. Because there's something we're experiencing as we sit in this place that comes through the vibration of our soul.
Yeah.
We're feeling something, we're sensing something. And the problem is we're trying to use words to describe it. We use words like, it's the anointing. But the anointing isn't a word.
Yeah.
It's a force
Yeah.
that flows in, through, and with us. You see, I spend a lot of time talking with people who have doubts. And there's nothing wrong with doubts. Listen, it's important to have doubts. Mother Teresa said, if you haven't doubted, you haven't truly believed. And so when we're talking with people who have doubts and fears and concerns, what we describe around us, we try to use words to try to explain things that can't be articulated with words. We try to use words that try to define things that can't fully be expressed in a language. But there's something in us. And if you've ever come in contact with Mother Crawford, you felt it and you knew it from the moment you made contact with her. There was a force that flowed through her that touched your life, that loved on you, that captured you, that pulled you in, and that told you that Jesus was the center of her life.
Right.
See, if we were in a courtroom, what they do when they try to make arguments and they try to make defenses for things. They use words to persuade people. But let me tell you something. The best evidence, the best apologetic, the best defense for the faith is the life of a person who became a saint, who was a sinner, and was transformed by the power of the living God and what they left behind.
Preach that thing.
It was a shadow. It was a whisper.
That's right.
It was a breath. They're gone, but what they left behind is the truth.
Thank you, Jesus.
Evidence.
Yes, yes.
Evidence.
Jesus.
You know, if you were to tell me, with no historical data, that there used to be monsters the size of skyscrapers walking around the planet Earth, I think you were a fool. Except for we have fossils that are evidence of what was. If you tried to tell me that we're rolling around on a globe, spinning faster than we can think, going around a ball of fire, held up and suspended by I don't know what, I tell you, you were crazy. As a matter of fact, they used to burn people that said that.
Yes, they did. Yes.
But then we got a satellite and we said, oops. Evidence.
Yes.
And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to make sense. Why did she believe what she believed? Why did she hold on to what she held on? Why did she fight through what she had to fight through to maintain faith in a God that held her family together? Why would she do something like that? It's evidence that there was something real inside of her that called us out, that convicted us. There were times some of you didn't even show up to church because you were ashamed, because you knew that if she saw you, you would feel that thing. Come on! That pull, that conviction. Didn't want to make a phone call because she's scared she would feel it over the phone. Evidence. See, when I look at the evidence of my grandmother, the Bible says in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, no matter what is seen, I'm going to tell you about something that abides, that continues to live far beyond the human breath. Those things are faith, hope, love, and the greatest of these is love. That's what defines my grandmother. Faith, hope, love, and the greatest of these is love. Well, why faith? There's a great book that I was reading called The Circle Maker by Mark Batterson. And he tells the story of Oni. Oni is found in the old Jewish literature. And he sat there, and they were in drought. They didn't have rain. And so what Oni did, rather than have the people die, he drew a circle around himself. And he got on his knees. And he says, I won't move until I see rain. People thought Oni was crazy. People thought he was out of his mind. He says, but I'm not moving until I see rain. And before long, a little drizzle began to fall out the sky. Half of us would have got up and ran. But he says, no. Not for such rain have I prayed. But I'm praying until I see real rain. I'm going to keep praying until I see the type of rain that ends this drought. And then they begin to pour down a little storm, and he says, no. Not for this rain have I prayed. I haven't prayed for such rain, but I prayed for a rain. And all of a sudden, puddles began to come down, falling legend of the circle maker was born. You see, that's faith.
Yeah.
Willing to put yourself out to do something that makes you look a little crazy. See, my grandmother had that type of faith. She drew a line in the sand.
That's right.
She said, hitherto and no more.
That's right.
She said, this is a mountain that I'm willing to die on. You shall not have one of them.
Yeah.
She sure did.
Her faith many times stood at death's door and says, not here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her faith many times walked with people through the darkest of grief. And she said, spoke life into their spirit. And her faith was so strong that even if you didn't have faith for yourself, her faith was so strong that she would pull you over and say, borrow some of mine. You see, most people think faith is unwavering conviction to the point where we never doubt, but that's not faith. Boy, me and faith, we have fights all the time. We go back and forth. There's a war going on around us. I don't even understand all the dynamics and all the moves, and sometimes my prayers don't get answered, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Some things happen and it can begin to shake your faith. Oh yeah. Faith is not believing without doubt. Faith is holding on because you know who you believe in.
That's right.
See, because without the who, faith makes no sense. Who is the object of your faith? We all have faith in something. Buddhists have faith in energy. Muslims have faith in their prayers. Atheists have faith in a world that exists without a God. But all of us believe something. The problem isn't whether you believe or not, is who's the object of your faith.
Amen.
And I'm telling you, people of God, a soldier who held up the wall, who drew lines in sands, who stood on mountains, who said hitherto and no more, has gone to be home. And this is the thing. We celebrate that, but guess what? We need more watchmen on the wall. We need more people who are willing to stand. We need people who are willing to fight and put down their public agendas and their private agendas and say, we're going to fight until we win. You see, because the faith that my grandmother had, some of you are thinking, well, some of the prayers she prayed have not yet been fulfilled. And I'm telling you, not yet. Because the story isn't over. The power of her prayers continue on to this day. It's working on some of you right now. It is pulling you into a world because her faith isn't done. The seeds were sown and they're going to multiply inside of you in a way that's going to shake you to the foundation. Sometimes her prayers kept us from getting things that we thought were blessings because they would have been curses. Sometimes our prayers cause us to experience pain because God saw the bigger picture. When I was 11 years old, I stood up here and I was praying. And I remember she put her hand on my back. And she said, son, sometimes you got to pray in the spirit. Because you don't understand the mind of God. And I don't even know what the words were that were coming out of my mouth. But if she believed it, and I knew she was real. See, there was nothing fake about it. My grandmother never said anything bad about anybody that she wouldn't have said to your face. Oh, she would say it, but she'd say it to you.
That's right.
And that faith kept me from blessings that I thought were blessings that would have been curses. Some of us are disappointed with some of the things and the heartbreak we've experienced in our life. Prayer kept you. Would have destroyed your life. Would have ruined your tomorrow. Would have messed up your kids forever. Prayer kept you. You see, when people fight over this thing called faith, what was her agenda? You see, people say people that live a life of faith. There's a criticism that religious people are out for power. She sought no prestige. They're weak-minded. She was sharp as a tack. They're easily fooled and ruled by fear. She wasn't afraid of anything. What's the excuse? And she held her faith because she knew who she believed. The second thing is hope. Hope is a funny thing because we don't need hope until we're in a bad situation. You don't need hope if everything's hunky-dory. You don't need hope if everything's good. You don't need hope if all the music is playing and clouds or angels are singing and you're blessed. You don't need hope. You got everything you need. Hope is something that God said that you needed, knowing that you would go through. Knowing that you would suffer. Hope is when we look up and we see Him who sits on the throne and say, I don't quite understand it. I'm grieving it right now, but I have hope. See, Grandma, hope for you. She had a hope for you. The reason she loved that song, I Am a Promise, because unrealized potential was her mission. She wanted you to experience and be everything that you could be. She wanted to call you out like the potter calls out the clay. And though you may be a little rough around the edges and unshaped and a little, unrefined. And she sits you in her Sunday school class and teach you the truth of God's word. Because she believed that you were a vessel to be loved and used by God. And she poured into anybody's life so that she could help you explore the limits of what God had called you to be. Hope was what she said every time she said, praise the Lord. Didn't matter if you were a bill collector or the trash man or just a telemarketer trying to sell her something. The way she answered the phone was praise the Lord, simply because it's looking up. It doesn't mean things were always good. It means praise the Lord. It doesn't mean things always felt good or she didn't go through dark times. It just meant praise the Lord. It meant in everything we give thanks, for this is the will of God concerning you. She said praise the Lord because if she couldn't do anything else, she could look up and know who was worthy of her praise. See, everybody thinks that someone who smiles all the time feels good all the time. But I was looking over a quote by someone who says this. He says, no matter what our achievements might be, we think well of ourselves in rare moments. We need people to bear witness against our inner judge who keeps a book on our shortcomings and transgressions. We need people to convince us that we are not as bad as we think we are. You see, all of us wrestle with things in our heart and things in our head. And oh, trust me, because I know she was human, she did too. But where did she keep her eyes? She said, my hope is in Jesus. It was a shadow. It was a whisper. It was a breath. But the evidence that she left behind is so profound that it is a testament to the greatness of our God.
Amen.
One more thing that she expressed that will be a testament throughout all of eternity is love.
Yes, amen.
Love suffers all.
That's right.
Love is kind. It isn't envious. It isn't boastful. It's not trying to put you in your place. Love is an operation for the other.
That's right.
It works hard and strives hard for the other. Everything she did was for someone else in service to her King.
Amen.
You know, when you want a picture of love, I know that we get confused sometimes because we get different pictures of love. Hollywood paints a picture of love. Disney paints a picture of love. But the love that she recognized, that she lived from the center of her being, was a broken body, beaten and whipped, stretched out, bleeding and dying. Didn't have to. Chose to.
Yeah.
What kind of craziness is this? That he would choose to die. And she says, when I love, that lack, that selflessness, that lack of self, that pouring myself out for another, that's the love that I want to reflect. And I can assure you, that is the reason many of you are here right now. Because love is just a word. Just a few letters. It's a sound. It's a vibration. That's all it is. But if you ever saw a picture of love, a God that was broken for his people, the distance between you and him was unsurmountable. And he says, I've got to do something about it. And he came down to be like you.
Yeah.
You got to get this picture. You got to get this picture. To walk around in a musty body. Could have been born anytime. Could have been born when there was indoor plumbing.
Yeah.
Could have been born when there was comforts and palaces and houses. But he walked on this earth, subjected his body to the worst form of torture. And he bled, and he died. And Mother Crawford says, now that's love. That's love.
Amen.
You can't tell me about love. Show me that picture. That's love. She counseled women who would take on black eyes and say, well, he loves me. No, that's not love. Insults and verbal abuse. No, that's not love. That's not love. Sorry, daughter, that's not love.